As a mental health speaker and ambassador of, mental health with tech yourself, how do you navigate your own presence online, while protecting your mental space?
Mm, well, um, you mean like if I use too much of technology and social media
Mm.
or things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody is different, and you have to find what works for you. Like some people really like to use, for instance, guided meditations
Mm.
and platforms that allow you to actually improve your quality of life.
Mhm.
For myself, um, one thing that I don't know if this is connected to what we're talking about here, but I think it somewhat is. Uh, I track my sleep,
Mhm.
and that gives me some measures or measurement of my quality of sleep, which is an important metric for me in terms of my health.
Mhm.
In terms of how much I use the phone, I think I could be better, to be honest. Like I
Okay.
don't think I like the great example of what you should or shouldn't do. Like sometimes I have uh, phases of my life where I'm more dependent on social media and I spend more time on social media. Sometimes I'm the consumer, sometimes I'm the creator. Sometimes there's periods of my life where I'm posting on a daily basis, and
Mhm.
sometimes I go dark because maybe I'm not feeling as energetic or whatever. And then I'm watching to what other people are doing. But I do think that it is important for everybody to take a step back and think, okay, how much time am I spending and devoting to social media, and what am I getting out of it? And if what I'm getting out of it is not what I should be getting, uh, maybe I should spend less time and I should do the other things, read more, call my friends.
It's a hard call with the dopamine addiction that currently the generations, especially the newer generations, are facing right now, which is leading me to our last question before we get into, your life story. Is there's new technology that's been worked on. We're working on AI right now. AI would be assisting and guiding people in sorting out their mental health issues. So, like, you could call them AI agents as therapists, right? So, what's your take on that? Could AI or technology truly be able to achieve that, level of emotional empathy to connect and to really understand and resolve mental health problems?
This is a fun question, right? Especially if you like
Mhm.
science fiction, but we live already in the AI world. Um, I'm gonna give you an example. I have a son. Well, I have three kids, but let's say I'm focusing on my son now. He's 11. I could have a conversation with him over FaceTime,
Mhm.
or we could have a conversation in person,
Mhm.
and be able to see, look into each other's eyes, um, and the voice, everything is in person, right? The experience is not the same. The words may be the same, but the experience is not the same. So I think while AI is very sophisticated and will continue to grow and be even more sophisticated
Mhm.
in terms of developing their own empathy, and they have a huge database of solutions for problems.
Mhm.
Um, if the question is, will it be able to replace a human being? I want to say that the answer is no, because if the answer was yes, that would be a sad world to live in. Because what I think human connection is what makes us human.
Exactly. Exactly. That's a very strong response. And really like your points and ideas in this domain. So, would you like to enlighten our users on, how you struggled with mental health issues and how you sought technology as a solution in your space? What was your idea and, your journey, basically?
Yeah, sure. So, well, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder 5 years ago. I'm 43 right now. So, when I was 38, usually people are diagnosed bipolar, not for everybody, but if I had to give you a range for majority of people, they're diagnosed at a younger age, between 18 and 25 years old. So, I was diagnosed later in life. I had already built a career in renewable energies, and it was a big shock in my life. So for 3 years, I was battling, depression. I had two manic episodes, which, if you're not familiar with bipolar, it's like a very dangerous euphoria. And those are the extremes with bipolar. Is you can have this mania, which is dangerous euphoria, or you could have depressive episodes, and it is there's a spectrum, so it's different for everybody. It doesn't mean like people just get moody on a same day. There's people that can be in a manic episode for weeks and then in a depressive episode for months or even years. Others can be more like this on shorter time frames. So everybody's different in this regard, but in my case, the first 3 years were very difficult, and I was struggling with both depression and two manic episodes, and I didn't know what to do with myself, with my career. I didn't think I was gonna be productive again, so it was a real challenge. But luckily, in the end, it takes a while to find the right medication. It's like if you have diabetes, you have to find a medication that works with you and stick to it. It's important to take it seriously, because once you take it, then you can have a normal life. So with medication, good sleep, and you have to, because it's like for life, you have to go to therapy, you have to go to the doctor. These are things you have to do. Um, but my journey was, I was living this journey in silence, and I wasn't happy about it. So I decided to do the TEDx talk. It's called "Living Fully with Bipolar Disorder." So for people that want to learn more, that's 17 and a half minutes where I talk about my experience and my lessons learned. And at some point, I decided to build. Uh, you could call this, if you're pretentious, you could call this a social media. If you're not pretentious, just a mobile app. But I started building a mobile app called Open App. The idea for this app is to help to connect providers of mental health and people that want to talk about mental health. So it has like sense of community, and peer support. And I built a prototype, and I'm right now in the process where I kind of ran out of money, which happens sometimes when you're developing apps, because you have to do the minimum viable product, and then you have to launch with a marketing budget. So I would say right now that my project is somewhat on hold, but it's not finished. It just may take longer, or the journey may take, may be different. But I do believe that there is a space for people to, I know I'm giving a very high level description of the app, but there's a space for people to connect and talk about mental health in different ways. And it's, as you were saying at the beginning in your opening statement, there is a lot of potential in how people engage in this type of conversations, because it is something that affects a lot of people and more people every day.
That's wonderful. And with the application, you don't need to worry. You have me, I'll sort it out for you. So thank you so much for joining us on this podcast, Nacho. It was wonderful listening to your perspective on technology and mental health. And ladies and gentlemen, let's just wrap it up. And we're living in a world where you don't have a choice, right? Everywhere you go to, you'll be facing technology, right? And the world we're heading into would be more techy right? In terms of AI agents giving you services, or, you know, there's always going to be something. So what we need to do is we need to find our positives in technology, our positives in the society, on what we can give back. If we're even talking about technology, what we can give back to the society that is positive in terms of technology. If not technology, then something else. But we're living in an age where we need, and we really need people like Nacho, that are focused on giving back to the society. With that, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you in another podcast with another guest. Thank you.
Thank you.